guys, it's just a matter of a couple of minutes. We'll be really live with YouTube. So remember, whatever you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You want to make sure you know that ahead of time, just in case we have to go to law over something like Fiverr. All right, so we're actually live on the boot camp now, which is great. And let me come back to you guys. There we go. And we're officially live. So everybody say hi to the world out there. Great. You guys are great. This is Shelly Turner, the Builderall Diva, and this is day one of the Fiverr boot camp. We're going to do 5 whole days together instead of 7. And I kind of decided maybe you guys needed a weekend off from the boot camp. And I figured since we're doing a training on Fiverr, we can do it in 5 days. So we'll see if we can do that actually. So I had someone that was wanting to come on and talk. Let me see if she is connected yet. Listen, hold on. There's Simone. So I'm going to let Simone kick us off because she's really excited about this Fiverr training. And she's got some experience with Fiverr. And I want to let her speak about her experience because it is really exciting. So Simone, I'm going to give you the floor and let you speak. And I'm super excited to hear what you got to say. So knock us out, girl. I know you got some good stuff.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Shelly, for the invitation, for having me. And I really want to just like inspire you guys because I'm with Builderall, even before Builderall was launched in USA. So I'm Brazilian. So I was the kind of person who always say, okay, when Builderall launch this feature, I'm gonna make it. And I was always waiting. So I got to Shelly's videos. I even don't know if she still make videos for her channel on YouTube, but they are great, spot on. So I got to Shelly and watch one of her videos talking about the ways to make money with Builderall. And one of the tips was Fiverr. So she was saying something like, get to Fiverr and start working, start just making it happen. And one day I just decided to give it a try. And guys, it works. You know, it works. You just have to go there and start making things for the clients. You know, Shelly's advices are amazing. You know, I always say to her that I have full income now only with clients from Fiverr because of her. You know, she gave me inspiration and I just put it into action, you know. So if you still have a bit of more time, Shelly, I just prepared five tips that I think would work for you guys if you want to give a try because it works. So the first thing is to start low, you know, just get the lowest price for your service and they start slow getting your first clients because the point is Builderall is huge, you know, and you have to, you just know how to do things when you go there and you make it. That's the point, you know. You can watch Shelly's trainings for the whole year, but you're just gonna get the confidence you need to make it when you actually do it. So you have to start slow. You'll be a lot of things that you don't know, of course, but it's a process, you know. You're gonna get experience as you doing it. The second thing is just specializing in one tool. You know, you can start with a lot of things because you don't know. Maybe you like mod site builder, or maybe you prefer to deal with only mailing bots or chat bots. But as soon you get the feeling what you are really good at, what you want to do, specialize in that, watch the tutorials, make your own projects, and get really good at it. You know, and then you can go to the next step is like really building your reputation. If you go to Fiverr right now and you use the keyword Builderall, you're probably gonna find me on there. You know, my nickname there is Nandis, And if you see, if you find me there, you're gonna see that I have only 5 stars reviews. Only. I don't have 5.9 or sorry, a 4.9 or 4.8. No, only 5 reviews. And that is your reputation. You know, you have to give the client much more than they are expecting. It's like Shelly always says, you know, over delivery, because it's your reputation. I received like 5, 10 emails every single day from Fiverr. And that's because my reputation there is good, you know, and this is the top one that you have to focus, your reputation. Always do the best you can, you know. It's like that. If some clients, you say, oh, how many reviews can we do until the project is done? Man, as many you need, you know, as many as you need, because the client has to be satisfied with what they receive. That's the point. And then you can start using Fiverr as a funnel. That's what I do now. I use the Fiverr as a funnel. People get there, just contact me, and even they ask for very basic project. I start like giving them a consultancy. I don't know if it's the correct word. I mean, I'm more or less like like Eric, you know, so pardon me on my English. But anyway, the point is you give more that they expect, and also you offer other services. So this way, using funnel as a Fiverr as a funnel, now I have like 3 clients that I chose to work with them. And that's the 5 tip, which is really good, because as you have your reputation, as you are good in what you do, and you use Fiverr as a funnel to offer other service, you also have the ability to choose with which customer you want to work. So it's worth it, you know. The only thing I can say more is getting there, you know, do the best you can, and you're going to succeed. I started last September, you know, and today I'm really happy with the result. And I'm going to tell you, when Shelly comes to Builderall in Brazil, I'm going to hug her because she deserves it. Shelly, is with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for that great story, because sometimes we as instructors, it's kind of the same thing as when I was a high school biology teacher. We get them for that 1 year, maybe a second year, and then we don't get to see them again. And I've had 150 students a year for 10 years. So I have a lot of students, and I like wonder what's happened to them, right? How are they doing? Did anything I taught them in class help them? And I stalk my students on Facebook regularly. And I just put up a little post the other day that was saying, it's Teachers Week. Tell me something that you're doing right now, and then let me know what you thought of our class, or something like that. And so many students have jumped in there and shared. And my heart has been so full because of that, because they've all been positive and they've all been wonderful. And again, Simone is just like that. She's telling me that something that I shared with her helped her to better herself, do something amazing. And it is wonderful as an instructor to hear that, for sure. I'm so pleased. My heart is so full. And I was actually in Brazil last year. I'm going to try to go to Brazil this year when they do the Everest event again, if they pull one off. If not, I may just have to jump a plane and come see you anyway. It's a long flight down there, but I can do it. But thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you guys letting her take the time to tell her story. And thank you, Simone, very much. And I want you guys to listen carefully, because what she said is absolutely true. Fiverr is a great place for you to get started. It's not going to make you a bazillion dollars when you first start, because they are $5 gigs, right? So you're going to make $5 a gig. So you have to figure out, what are you willing to give them for $5? But then always, just exactly like she said, over deliver. Do something that over delivers what you said in your advertisement, because that is, I swear, is what makes happy customers. So if they pay $5 and you give them this thing and there's nothing extra, they're happy with that thing, but they can find little nitpicky things to give you not a 5.0, but maybe a 4.5 or something like that. But you start giving extras and stuff like that, it's amazing what a little bit of extra does. For example, we went out to eat Japanese the other night. We went to Hibachi, and they gave us extra stuff at the meals. That is like my favorite thing ever. They're always going to give good tips when I get extra food. Even though there's so much food, I brought a big old thing of food home, but they brought us some extra appetizers. We got to try mango sake, which was really good. It was just fabulous. And then we always go there when it's birthday because they always give us the birthday drink. But all of that helps us to really justify giving them a good tip afterwards. And we're always pleased when we leave. You guys think about that example and what that's like for the customer, and then put yourself in the shoes of the customer so that you understand the more I am able to give them, that doesn't mean give away the farm. It just means give them a little bit extra above and beyond what you offered in the gig, and they will be very happy. And I'm very proud that Simone has all 5.0 reviews. That is amazing. That tells me that she's not only doing an amazing job, but she is actually following up and giving. She's under promising and over delivering. And that is a big thing that I say in my training, is always under promise and over deliver. Your customer will be happy. And in case of Fiverr, it's really important because you've got that reputation to make sure you're maintaining. So I'm super, super proud of you, Simone. I'm so happy you're here, and thank you so much for sharing. All right, guys. We're ready to go ahead and get started with training. And I want to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do in this training over the next 5 days. So today we're going to focus on Fiverr itself. We're going to jump in, we're going to create a new account, we're going to take a look around and see what it looks like. And we're going to look at some gigs and see kind of what the wording is and what kind of gigs are available. We're going to search the word Builderall to see what we can find. So we're going to focus 100% on Fiverr today and talk about some of the things that you need to do to be able to get ready to do Fiverr, okay? Once we do that, then we're going to jump into tomorrow, each one of the tools, as many as we can go through in the next 4 days, to cover how you can turn that into a Fiverr gig. And then maybe not just pricing, but how can you upscale it? Because in Fiverr, you start off with $5 gigs, and that's all you can do in the very beginning is $5 gigs. But as you work up your reputation and the number of gigs that you've sold, they'll give you extra slots, so you get more gigs that you can do, and you're released to do gigs at higher prices. So you can have a $5 gig, but if they want extras for that gig, you can charge $10, and an extra for that gig, you can charge $15. But that comes later when you have had enough sales and you've had enough ratings that they decide to give you some more slots for your gigs. Eventually, you can get it to where you can command a pretty good price for gigs, but you'll have to do a lot of sales and get some really good ratings. So we'll start off with the very, very beginning, how you can get started, and then kind of move from there. Do you guys have any questions for me or even from Simone? Because we want to take advantage of her while she's here, so you can ask any questions. So just kind of turn your microphone off and jump in if you have a question. Nobody? Kanan, you got a question? Was that please no? All right, you guys, if there are no questions, we're going to jump into creating a brand new account on Fiverr, and we'll take a look at what all we have to do to be able to create an account. And we're going to actually start from a blank account, you guys, and we're going to see if we can put some gigs up and even get some sales. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Fiverr itself. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to jump into Fiverr. So here I go. I'm going to go here. I'm going to Fiverr.com. And for those of you that are from other countries, when we talk about our $5 bill in the US, we call it a Fiverr, right? Give them a Fiverr. So that's kind of why this is called Fiverr. All the gigs are $5, so you have to hand over a Fiverr to get the gig. So that's kind of the naming of it right there, where that came from. So this is Fiverr right here. You've got Fiverr Pro, become a seller, or sign in, or we're going to do join. So I'm going to go ahead and click join. And you can continue as yourself on Facebook, or you can enter your own email. So I'm going to do my own email. So I'm going to do Shelly at builderalldiva.com. So I'm going to create a new account under Shelly at builderalldiva.com, and I'm going to continue. And now I have to pick a username. So Builderall Diva. Here we go. And a password. Let's see. Make sure I get it right here. Here we go. And I meet all the criteria, so I'm going to click join. And so now I've just created a new account with Builderall with Fiverr, and I'm going to go ahead and save my login information, which is great. And now I need to just kind of look around and see what I've got possible. So it says Builderall, you need to activate your account. So I'm going to go to this email and actually activate it. So let's do that real quick, because we know that's super duper important. And I'll move the people over here. There we go. And let's go into the Shelly account. And we'll keep waiting for that Builderall email or that Fiverr email to come through. While we're working on that, let's kind of take a look around. We've got all the different gigs that we can do, right? So there's all the different gigs and categorized and stuff. And then it pulls in some gigs by default. And I want you to notice that here's some gigs on this first line that are actually starting at $85. And you're like, wait a minute, I thought this was Fiverr. Well, remember, as soon as you get a certain number of sales and rating, you'll actually get to offer higher cost gigs. And those higher cost gigs, you can go pretty high. Here's 85, here's 120, 150. Here's one for 1,300. It says, I will guest post high quality medical content on something. So that's for $1,300. We've got another one for $795. I will do SEO management for your site. So you can see that you can go up higher on the gigs. Now, don't get too excited because that doesn't happen right away. We have gigs for you that will start at $5, and then you'll be able to work up from there. And it's all about making sure you're guarding your reputation on Fiverr, and you're actually selling gigs. If you're not selling any gigs, they're not going to upgrade you. So you got to do gigs, and you have to have good reputation to be able to get upgraded to additional Fiverr gigs and to allow for higher pricing. So let's go ahead and see if our email's in yet. We'll click refresh. There we go. So I'll click that, and then we'll activate our account. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is so cool. So I now am official on Fiverr. So it says, hi, Builderall Diva. And I've gotten rid of that message that says, you have to confirm your email. So now what I want to do is I want to actually become a seller. That's what I want to do on Fiverr. So I'm going to click there. And it says, work your way. You bring the skill, we make earning the money. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click become a seller. And it says, ready to start selling on Fiverr. Here's the breakdown. Learn what makes a successful profile, create your seller profile, and publish a gig. So I'm going to click there. Maybe. And then what makes a successful Fiverr profile? You want to create your profile. You want to link to your professional networks. You want to describe your professional skills. You want to put your face to a name. So you want to upload a profile picture. And you want to go ahead and keep the community secure for everyone. So they're going to ask to verify your ID. So I'm going to continue. And that says, let's talk about what you want to still steer clear of. You don't want to be misleading. So anytime you put together a gig, it is super important that you say exactly what you're going to do on that gig. You've got plenty of space in there to put a description of your gig. So this to me is one of the most important things. Remember, you want to under promise and over deliver. So make sure you're being very clear what you're delivering, and then always have in your back pocket something you can add to that as that over deliver idea. The soliciting other community members for work on Fiverr, you can't do that. Opening duplicate accounts, you're not supposed to do that. Now I have a duplicate account, but this is going to be for training purposes only. And then requesting to take communication and payment outside of Fiverr. So whenever you do a gig, it's important that that gig stay completely on Fiverr. You can't take them out and say, okay, I'm going to finish this gig, but we're going to do it out here, and I'm going to charge you $500 out here. If they sign up for a gig through Fiverr, then you need to finish that gig through Fiverr. That's really important. So I'm going to continue. And so learn what makes a successful profile. Now I'm going to create my seller profile. So I'm going to continue. And I'm going to put my name in here. So I'm going to put Shelly Turner. And my profile picture, let's see if I can find a good picture on here. I always hate my pictures. So let's see, maybe it's in pictures. Let's see. There's one right there. Let's see if that turns out. There it is. That'll work. It's a little blocky, but that's okay. And description. I am a top 10 affiliate on Builderall. I also conduct training sessions on how to build and grow a business with Builderall. I am excited to offer you different gigs based on all of your Builderall needs. There we go. So simple. I'm a top 10 affiliate on Builderall. I also conduct training sessions on how to build and grow a business with Builderall. I am excited to offer you different gigs based on all of your Builderall needs. Just a simple description. You have up to 600 characters, and it has to be between 150 and 600 characters. So honestly, if I had more time, I would flesh out this description a lot better and say specifically what I can do, you know, the different tools that I'm good at. I would say that I'm a certified partner. All those things I would make sure to put in there. So why don't I add that? I'm a top 10 affiliate on Builderall, as well as being a certified, let me spell it right, partner and involved in the certified partner training. There we go. So this is my chance to just kind of put my skills out there in a general description. So next I need to do is come up with a language, and mine is English basic. That's right on the level with what I need. So I can continue. And now I get to say my occupation, and I'm going to say digital marketing, and I'm good at social media marketing, at video marketing, at email marketing. Let's see, I'm good at marketing strategy. Let's see, what else am I good at? Domain research, I'm really good at. E-commerce, I'm good at. Mobile advertising, I'm really good at. Oh my gosh, I only get to pick 2. I only pick 2 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see if there's anything else I'm good at. We'll say those are my ones that I'm really good at. So then my skills. So right here, I need to add my skills. So chat bot development. There we go, that's in there. And I'll say that I am an expert in. And then what else? Mobile app developer. I would definitely say I'm an expert in. And then let's see, add a new one and say website development. And I'd say that I'm definitely an expert at that. So I've got 3 different things that I can do as an expert. I can add more if I want to. Again, for training purposes, I'm going to keep this simple, but I want you to see that this is where you put your skills. Now, if you're going to be doing something like content, then maybe you need to put content in there and put your level. If you're going to be doing some kind of graphics, put your graphics level of experience. So don't just put it all as Builderall stuff. Put stuff outside of Builderall as well. Because if you remember, we've got that script generator, and that script generator is all about content. So you might want to put that you're a content developer as well. And you don't have to say that you're an expert. You can say beginning or intermediate. It's okay. But as you do more gigs, you're going to be able to upgrade that to expert. Okay. And then my education, I actually went to college. So I went to college in the US. Let me see if the US is here. United States, right there. And I'll put my last degree I got. So University of Phoenix. There we go. Phoenix in actually Hawaii. That on there. So we'll put Tennessee. And the title is MBA. Major is business. Business marketing. There we go. And the year I graduated was, oh my gosh, 2007, maybe, I don't know for sure. So, oh, it doesn't want me to do business marketing. There we go, add. Great, now certifications. So what certifications do I have? I have a lot of certifications. So I'm gonna put my MCSE, and that's from Microsoft. And I don't know what year that was, so I'm gonna just guess 2005. And then I'll add a new one, and my CCNA from Cisco. And that year was pretty close to that, so 2006. And then I got Builderall certified partner, and that was from Builderall. And the year was 2018. All right, so there's some of my certifications. That's certainly not all of them, because I've been going after the alphabet with all the certifications, but that'll give a good idea of starting. And then personal website, I can actually do www.builderalldiva.com. Fabulous. So if you have a personal website, slide that on in there. And now I'm going to click continue. And it says my occupation. So let me, oh gosh, digital, let's say 2000. Now it's pitching fit over this. Oh, I need to, I guess I need to choose it again. So social media marketing, video marketing, email marketing, domain research, and mobile advertising. Sounds good. All right, now we'll continue. Great. Now social presence. I need to put in LinkedIn, Google, and Facebook. So all I do is click connect, and we'll sign in and allow. Now, if you don't, I'm doing it pretty easy because I've already got my information in for my user accounts. So it's actually really fast. So for Google, let me see if I can get that in there. So Builderall Diva and allow. And then Facebook. And LinkedIn didn't verify, so let me do LinkedIn again. Okay, and Facebook, we'll try that one again. Well, it's not taking it, so we'll just keep the Google for now, and I'm going to continue. And then emails verified, phone number, I'm not going to add in there, so I'm going to continue. And it says you're almost done, so I'm going to edit my profile. And it says a minimum completion rate of 70%. So it says, please complete the following steps: the social networks and the phone number. Okay, so we'll add a phone number. So we'll go right here and verify by SMS. And let me see if I get a notice. There it is. So 3317. Fabulous. So I'll submit the code and okay. And then I ask a question. What was the name of your first pet? And there we go. And finish. Fabulous. Okay, so now my phone number is verified. So now I have a completion of 70%. So I'm all done. So I'm going to click finish. Apparently that phone number is really important. So now let's talk about a gig title. So what do I want to be my first gig in Fiverr? So let's talk about that a minute. I want to stop sharing and let me upgrade the ones that have come in so they can be a part of our discussion. There we go. All right, so the first thing is, what tool do we think is a very simple tool to get started with that we might be able to create a Fiverr gig with Builderall? So I'm going to open that up for discussion because you guys kind of know the tools that you've got with Builderall now. And it's okay if you blurt out something and I'm like, well, no, that might not be a good one to start with because this is just your input, right? There's not really a wrong answer. So jump in and tell me what you think you could start with as a Fiverr gig. So Dominic, go ahead.
I'm thinking something in the design studio, putting somebody's logo on like a course or a computer screen.
I think that's a fabulous idea. The design studio is one that is right for Fiverr. It's a really fast one to set up. And if you've got some design skills, you can really do well on that. So the design studio is fabulous. Tyree?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I actually have I actually have two, Shelley. I believe the video wrap is one, and another simple one would be to use the script creator. You know, we have others, but those two right now. Oh, and a third one, the logo creator. And not to take up all of them, but there's just so much we can do, and we have the boot camps that has taught us how to do those.
That's fabulous. So video wrapper, I 1000% agree that that is a good one to start with. The script generator is, to me, that's not a good one to start with because of the avatar situation. So there has to be some setup before you actually have it as a gig. And that's actually one we're going to go through in depth on one of the days. And then the logo creator, are you talking about how I went into Builderall and actually did a logo right in Builderall? Is that the one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that one's an easy one, and you could actually offer that as a gig as well. And that's one that you could probably do right away. I think, Terry, did you have your hand up? Did you have something you wanted to add?
Oh, I was just agreeing with Tyree. Boy, I tell you what, that video wrapper is so hot right now on social media, and it's so easy and quick. So that's one I'm anxious to get started with.
Right. And you do something else, Terry. You do really simple things with the video, the presentation creator.
Yes.
Where you do, can you explain that to them and tell them how easy it is to do or how hard, whichever one, and what you do with it?
It's really very easy. I just use, pardon the street noise. I decided to sit on the porch, but it's really easy. What I do is if I'm going to present something, I make just simple graphic cards. Like in PowerPoint, I just go into the presentation builder and form a few slides. And then I pull in Screencast-O-Matic, which is free, and I record a voiceover while I'm going between those slides. Really fast, really easy. And then I'll stick it in a video wrapper and it's even cooler. So
yeah, that's great. And would you say, let's say you put 10 slides together, how long do you think that would take you just doing text on the slides?
Just doing text? Oh, if I have the content and have the text that I want to say already, it only takes me probably, I would say 10 slides, maybe, at the most 15 minutes.
There you go.
If I have the text already outlined. The key is to make sure you have a clear outline and what you're wanting to communicate down into really easy steps and plan it out. Then you jump into that presentation builder and it's boom, 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 record it. It's really very easy.
Yeah, so Builderall's presentation builder is like a PowerPoint Lite, and she's using that to create these slides just like she would in PowerPoint. The amazing thing about it is that this gets published online. So when you're creating these PowerPoint-like slides for someone else, you can just send them the link and it's there and they can access it wherever they go. So it's actually really, really cool. A really cool feature. We'll be going through the presentation builder too. And I'll definitely let Terry have the floor when we get there so she can help you guys. Because Terry is fabulous at doing that. David, did you have one? And then Kanan.
Yeah, just be wary. Don't give away too much for your $5. Don't be going with the big thing. What I would do is I would go into that into your photo studio and do some of those photos that we're able to do the background of, and you can put them in save them as a PNG, send them to people as a PNG for their websites or for their social media. And that's just $5. And then wait for the bigger items. Once you concentrate on that, do loads of them, get your upgrade, and then go for the bigger money. Would that be right? Would I be right?
Yeah. There's several things I'm going to show you that we can start for $5. And then I'll show you what we can do where you wouldn't charge $5, you charge more than that. So we're going to go through kind of systematically the $5 charges and then move up. That way you guys can jump on something right away and be working towards getting those bigger gigs later. So yeah, you're right, David. You don't want to give away the farm, but you do want to be that same thing that Simone said. You want to under promise and over deliver. That doesn't mean give them the farm, but think about what you can add to that gig to help them out. We talked about it before. If you can add value above what they're paying for, they will love you and they will come back to you because they know. Let me get Kanan and then I'll get Chip.
Yeah, if I'm talking about Fiverr, before that, let me tell you that I made one sale to my client at UK, and right now what I'm doing is that he have a lot of clients, and I have to work for him to do the e-commerce site and etc. And also email automation, upsell, downsell, etc. using Canva. Everything I have to do, and he's paying me for that also.
Oh,
That
great.
is why, yeah, it is great because I know how the Builderall works. And I have made a lot of points regarding the major 26 points why you should use Builderall. I have given written articles also. Seeing that, he gave me that opportunity. So when I see that this such a webinar like Fiverr is going on, so I think why cannot develop my business into Fiverr to promote the Builderall?
Yeah, that's right. And that's what Simone is doing too. She's kind of using it as a gateway to be able to get bigger clients and more money and better money coming in. She's doing a fabulous job. So that's great.
Yeah, better money, it's better opportunity, and also better exposure also we are getting. And at the same time, we are helping the clients as much what we can, and we are promoting the Builderall in the same way.
That's right.
We are getting more sales also.
That's right.
We are
That's
getting more sales
fabulous.
also.
I love it.
Yeah. That's it.
Perfect. All right. Chip.
I have a question for Terry. If it's not your own material, if you're doing a presentation for someone else, how much material do they need to give you and in what format so that it can be turned into the presentation that they're looking for?
Well, I think that for me, that would you would have to decide that and be very clear about that, and perhaps even limit the number of slides that you're willing to generate. That's the way I would approach that, I think. Up to so many slides, be very, very specific. Is this only text? You have to provide the text for me. And then are you wanting graphics in it? You have to are you providing the graphics? For a $5 gig, I'm thinking about starting saying with a limited amount of slides and just text slides, because I think if people want more, they're going to ask you for more. I don't know. I've not been on Fiverr, so this is the way I'm thinking now.
You're fabulous.
But when I've created these, like with the presentations that I've done for corporate levels, that was like I actually created PDFs that could be taken and published for hard copy. They were using it that way. But when I got into the I put them in the presentation builder, and then they could automatically take that link with them. That was a much heavier design process. So of course I charged more for it, but I didn't do that from within Fiverr because I haven't been on Fiverr yet. My recommendation, the way I'm seeing it, is start light, maybe just with simple text. They send you maybe, let's say 10 slides of 10 points that they want to communicate. And then you pop it in. I would do that for $5. It doesn't take that much time.
Yeah, and Terry brings up a really good point, and that's a really good question, Chip. One of the things that you're going to do when you work with Fiverr is you're going to make sure in your gig description that you are very, very clear what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. And you don't say it as I'm not going to do. You just say you provide the images, you provide the content. I will place that image and content into up to 10 slides, right? And then you might even have to tell them each slide has a limited amount of characters of 50 characters per slide, so that you're not trying to fit 5,000 characters on one slide because you said 10 slides, but you didn't tell me how much. You want to be so incredibly clear about everything, because it is really, really important that they completely understand what they're going to get, and you are clear what you're going to do and not do, without saying, I'm not going to do this, right? You don't want to say that. But we'll go through some examples as we look at some Fiverr gigs, and you'll see how specific you have to be. It is very, very important to be very specific, because there are people out there that are wanting to get $1,000 worth of work out of $5. Right, Simone? So you want to, I know I do. I look at Fiverr all the time, and I've hired several people, and I'm like, wow, they're going to do all of that for $5 because they weren't clear what they were going to do. So in my expectations, based on their description, I thought I was getting this, and in the delivery, it was this. So they didn't get a good rating for me because they didn't describe it like they were supposed to. So that's one of the biggest points you need to understand when you're doing Fiverr gigs, is be painfully obvious what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, and spend a lot of time looking at other gigs that might be similar to what you're doing, so you can understand how to word it so it doesn't sound like you're being a big baby about it, right? Because if you say something like what I'm not going to do, and then you put bullet points of what you're not going to do, well, people see that and they're like, well, I'm just going to go to the next person then. So you explain very clearly what you are going to do. And then by inference, they'll know what you're not going to do, right? So be clear on that. Any other ideas about what tools we can use to be beginner Fiverr gigs? Any ideas? You guys have some really good ideas. Chip, go ahead.
Maybe the SEO report.
That's one of my favorite. Oh my gosh. That is one of my favorites for sure. That is like a 10-second gig, right? That's all it is like, give me the keyword, give me the URL, and I'll give you an SEO report. And you literally put it in there and just shebango, there it is. And you're ready to, and all I do when I do it is I expand all of the sections and then do a screenshot of that entire page. And that's the document that I send over. I can send it as a PDF. And it works beautifully. For those of you that don't know how to do a screenshot where it goes longer than one page, there is a wonderful, wonderful program out there. It's a Google Chrome extension, and it's called FireShot. Everybody write that down if you don't have it already, FireShot. And what that does is it allows you to screen capture. And when you start dragging the area that you want to cover, if you scroll while you're dragging, it will keep going down the page, and you can grab the entire page, the whole length of it. So that is FireShot, and it's very, very easy to use, doesn't cost anything. And like I said, you can scroll the whole screen while you're doing the screenshot, and it will get all of it. And then once you get the screenshot, you can actually choose to save the whole thing as a PDF or just save it as an image. So you would have to be clear on your instructions for the gig. I can save in JPEG format, PDF format, or both. Or maybe that might be in addition to your gig. You say that you'll save it as PDF, but you give them a PNG format as well. So just a couple ideas on what you could do there. So yes, the SEO tool is a fabulous one to start off with Fiverr. Kanan, question?
Yeah, no question. My suggestion regarding the easiest one more method is simply creating a landing page. With just 5 minutes, we can.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. That is fabulous.
Landing page is one of the main thing which is going to create leads for your business.
That's right. You are so right. And tomorrow, our first day, we're going to jump into landing pages. And then I'm going to show you another one called anchor pages.
Anchor pages and landing pages.
Yep. I'm going to show
that is the juice, and that is going to squeeze the thing.
Yes, absolutely.
We can do it in 5 minutes. Within Builderall, we can make it within just 5 minutes. We can do it.
That's exactly right. You are so right.
That's one of the things will be easy for the beginners, I think. So.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll work on that tomorrow, and I'll show you some of my tricks on that. King George, I think had, let's see. King George, did you have a question, or were you just telling me that Kanan wanted to speak? Oh, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if your microphone's muted or are you on? Oh, still can't hear you. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Okay.
There we go.
Other people who had ideals that got talked over, and I was just trying to let you know, because
Awesome.
I want to make sure everybody gets included and no one gets left out.
That's right. That's in the spirit of this boot camp. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Does anybody else have any ideas on what would be good Fiverr gigs to start off with? Simone?
Yes.
We can create animation videos.
Animation videos, yes.
Yes, for business people.
Yes. I'm sorry, Ken, I thought you were talking about Kanan. It was Kadam. So thank you, Kadam. I apologize. I was missing you all over the place. Let me apologize profusely. But yes, the animated videos is a fabulous one. That would be an advanced one. I don't think you want to charge $5 for it, but you're right that you can definitely use it for an advanced gig and charge a little bit extra for that. So you're right.
Yes.
Great. That's fabulous.
Yes, thanks.
And Simone, go ahead.
Yes, just talking about the landing pages, there is also the bridge pages that like funnel ones, and we sell a lot of them as well. It's quite easy to make them, and it all depends on if you have a little bit of designing skills to make it pretty, and it goes well. It's really good, really good to start as well. It's not a complex funnel. You don't even need to work with mailing bars. It's just the bridge page. It's like the landing page.
Right. So that's like bridging like two funnels together, or bridging Facebook ads to their funnel so that their Facebook ads not directed to a money-making opportunity. So bridge pages are actually super duper, and we have a bunch of examples inside of Builderall. And we'll actually talk about that tomorrow. We're going to build a few pages real fast, and I'll show you how fast it is to do a bridge page, landing page, anchor page, those types of pages that are just one page that you can do in just a matter of minutes, and you'd make $5 off of them. And then if they wanted extra, you could charge extra. So let's say I'm doing an anchor page with 4 anchors. And they come in and say, well, I really like that, but I want a couple more sections in there and have anchors in there. And you can say, great, it's going to cost you this much extra to get another anchor. And so you've got a way to upsell them a little bit from your $5 gig. So definitely a great way to get started. You guys have such good ideas. I'm so excited. Your minds are going to be blown by the time we're done with this, what you can do and the money you can make. Judy and then Chip.
Oh, hi, Shelley. I was just thinking about, I've purchased things from Fiverr before, and I got my Facebook profile from them. Mm-hmm. And I got a couple, and they gave me some really good Facebook profiles. So a lot of people get stuck on that.
Mm-hmm. That's fabulous. And, you know, we've got some templates in there that have Twitter covers, Facebook covers. They've got ads that are pre-made that you just change them up a little bit with their pictures. And you can have a whole set of ads made, you know, the, I don't know, 128 by 90, the 78 by 35, you know, so the long banners, the short long banners, all those that are there already pre-made, and you can put those up as examples of your work and then edit them according to the pictures that they provide for you and the content they provide. And you can have a whole set of advertising banners ready within a few minutes. So there's, honest to goodness, you guys, there's so much you can do. It only depends on your imagination and what you know about the tools that are available, quite honestly. I even envision you creating a simple chat bot and charging for the chat bot and then charging to install it on their Facebook and on their website. It's just amazing what you can do with this particular platform and Fiverr. So are you guys ready to jump in a little bit more? Any more suggestions? Edison? Oh, sorry. Let me do Chip and then Edison. Sorry, Chip.
I just had a question. Can you include an upsell when you're starting out with Fiverr, or are you limited to $5?
I think you can. It's been a while since I was at the very beginning of Fiverr, but I think you can have an upsell. But I don't remember what the monetary limits are. We're going to jump into the account and build our first one, and let's see what we can do. Okay, because it's been a long time since I started a brand new account.
Okay, thanks.
Let me do Edison, and then I'll do Brad.
Okay, Shirley, are you hearing me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, so I'm glad that you mentioned chatbot, because I was thinking, how can I offer chatbot service on Fiverr? because chatbot to me seem to be a little more complex. It means I'll have to host the chatbot for them and so on. So I'd welcome any suggestions you have on that. Because
we're gonna actually do chatbot for one whole day to see how you can use a chatbot to be able to sell as a Fiverr gig. And to me, that would be a more expensive Fiverr gig. It wouldn't be $5. It would move up into a more expensive gig. But all you need to do is make sure that you've got admin rights to their Facebook page. And then once you've got admin rights, you're able to add the chatbot to their Facebook page. And then adding it to their website, you can either give them the code, or you can say, I'll install it for you. I think if you're not hosting their website, I would say give them the code and let their website provider install the chatbot. And you just have instructions on how they're supposed to do that. But I think it's a fabulous gig. And here's the thing here's what I envision is you make 1 or 2 or 3 example chatbots and make those like, welcome to our chatbot. Of course, it'd be their company name. We're glad that you're here. Here's our hours of operation. So you make a generic chatbot that will fit almost any agency, right? So you'd have, here's our hours, here's our contact number, here's our whatever standard to every company. You build that basic chatbot, it's all ready to go. All you got to do is change a couple things on there to match the company. And then that can be your example chatbot. And then if they want any upgrades, like, oh, I want to add maybe 2 more functionalities to the chatbot, that's an upsell. I want 4 more functionalities to the chatbot, that's an upsell. So you want to just make it as package where they have the base chatbot, and this is, what's going to be in it, and then an upsell and an upsell. So they can get more chatbot if they want to, but it's going to cost them more. And then you want to make sure you've got included the price that it will take to actually install it on Facebook and then install it on their website. Does that make sense?
yeah, it does. But so it means that it's definite. A chatbot will not be a starter $5 gig.
I wouldn't. No, I would not do it as a starter gig.
Because remember, the chatbot needs to work. You need to have a platform to launch the chatbot from. For example, we have in Builderall, we have the Facebook chatbot, but there's ManyChat, there's Chatfuel and other providers. So, if you're going to be building it for someone, it needs to be hosted somewhere, and depending on who, if it's not going to be Builderall, ManyChat might be a little bit different compared to Fuel, Chat and ChatMonkey and so on. So while I like the idea, I really think it's more or less an advanced project that one will be able to put on Fiverr. So it means if I have to do that, I need to start somewhere to build my ratings before I can get into that. This is what I'm getting.
Yeah, because I can't see a case where you would do a chatbot and only charge $5 because of the time that's needed just to set up the chatbot, right? To get it on Facebook and then get it on the website and then just get it ready. Even a basic chatbot, you're going to have to physically go in and change the information that is in there for them. So their company name, their hours, their contact number, even the most basic, you're going to have to spend that much time doing that. That's probably worth $5 if you've already pre-made the chatbot and it's just a template. But then you have to go in and do the Facebook stuff and the website stuff. So it's not a $5 gig.
No, it isn't. And I was actually thinking of maybe doing some demo chatbots and have to generate interest. Maybe give them it free for, let's say, like about 2 weeks or maybe 30 days, depending on what it is. And if they like it, then they can begin to subscribe. So that's what I was thinking, that had nothing to do with Fiverr per se. But I don't know if that could be done from Fiverr. You set it up.
I don't think you can do like a trial for Fiverr. It has to be a one and done type thing. Yep. I think Chet had something, but he stepped away for a minute. So let me go to Terry.
Okay, I've been thinking about this in anticipation of getting on Fiverr, and like I said, I'm not familiar with it. But one of the ideas I've done like a series of, I have a friend who owns a pizza shop. So I did some pizza shop graphics with pizza quotes in them.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking about packaging up maybe, like 30 a month's worth. Is that something that you would think would be a good beginning project?
Heck yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a fabulous product to start with. And it's something that is definitely a one and done. They buy it, you give it to them, done.
Yeah.
And again, if you say 30, maybe you can add in an extra 5 just for that the over deliver, right? And that would be fabulous. So that is absolutely a good product to start with. Yes. Any other questions? Brad, sorry, I think I skipped you, Brad. We do
That's
Brad
okay.
and then Kanan.
That's okay. I just wanted to kind of clarify, somebody had asked about charging more. And I have a couple gigs already going. I did start with the SEO report, and you want to start, and they give you a lot of adjustability in Fiverr.
Right.
So get your basic program set up, and at the bottom they let you add additional fees or additional little things. So you can tack on $5 or $10 here. So don't be afraid to add on these extra little, additional tasks, and you can build up. It might start at $5 or $10, but at the end line you're charging 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. So it's
Right.
good. They will work with you.
Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. That's good to hear, because honestly, I couldn't remember if there was the up things that you could do when you first started. Kanan, go ahead.
Yeah. Another thing, the smallest gig what we can give is that we can set email sequence, automated email sequence for $5.
You can. I would be careful with that, because all of that's going to be hosted on your account. And so you just have to be careful with that. I think that would be, let me think that one through, because I haven't really thought about email sequences. And when you deal with that, you're needing a verified email address, which means the domain is connected to Builderall. So that's really important, because either you're going to provide the address, which doesn't match the company that is being sent. So there's a lot of issues that would go with that. Plus it would take a lot of time. So let me think about that one. Okay.
No, what I come to tell is that the conditions like domain should be connected with Builderall, by email should be verified, everything is there. That should be maintained by the person who is going to do the business. But what I'm telling is that I will create an email sequence, automated email sequence for $5. The conditions like domain should be connected, everything that's vested with them.
You can do that.
Their domain, their Builderall.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see
how
how
the sequence.
I'm just thinking deeper of how you would set it up. So I have to think about that one a little bit, because I've kind of stayed away from the email marketing side of it. Not creating the emails. You can write the emails and then sell those as a marketing package, but setting it up so it's actually an email sequence that's sending out. Remember, you have to get the users in to be able to send the emails out. So all that has to be set up. And again, that's a setup process that may be worth more than $5.
We'll think about it.
Okay, good. It's not a bad idea, but I don't think it'd be $5. I think it'd be moving up to maybe a more expensive gig. Okay.
We'll think of it.
All right, good. David.
Would you use Canvas? Would you do a funnel template for them for $5, or would you go more?
Oh my gosh, yes. Canvas is my new favorite. And that one I think is going to be fun to do as a gig on Fiverr, because you already have templates for all of these wonderful funnels, right? If you look at Canvas, there's a bunch of templates in there already pre-made. So you can actually pull these up, take an image, package them up, and put them on Fiverr as a package. And you're not even creating a website. You're just giving them the funnel structure. So
And the one that we haven't got yet is the magazine. That's going to be, that's going to be like a bow and arrow.
Once that's released, that's going to be a Fiverr giggle waiting to happen. No doubt about it. I'm excited about that one too. So yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
So you guys now have a lot of ideas, right? Flowing in your head. You're like, oh my God, I'm doing a Fiverr gig tonight. It's so going to happen. So let's go ahead and let's take a look.
Shelly, it's Aurélie.
Oh, yeah.
Shelly.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Arlie. That's okay.
Yes, hi. How are you
Hi.
doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah, time flies. So
It does.
sorry to jump in it like this. I'm trying to understand. I ever heard about this Fiverr gigs. So it's just a question about what is about selling. Because I heard you guys talking about what can you sell for $5 or €5. And I don't understand something. If you are working from your account, how are you able to send the product, whichever the one you're building it, as I don't understand? You have to open an account for someone and send it through an account?
There's
I don't understand.
There's a possibility of that, because if you imagine, let's say we're going to do an anchor page, and that's what we're selling.
Exactly.
Right?
So how do you do then?
We're either going to sell an anchor page to somebody that already has Builderall, or somebody that doesn't have Builderall. You're going to have to make sure in your description of the gig that you say you must have a Builderall account to host this this anchor page, right?
So in order
they'll
to
know they'll know in your description that they'll need a Builderall account. And then once they say, "Well, so I need a Builderall account. I want to get the landing page from you, but I need a Builderall account," you can get them signed up under you.
Okay, so in order to sell anything from this Fiverr gig, you have to tell the people that you're working on Builderall platform, and you have to sell it through Builderall. I mean, if you are creating this page, as you were taking as an example, like this one-page website. So if the person say, I don't need the stuff, I just need it up, then you are the host in one way, like you're hosting the website for the person. Is that as well the option that you can deliver, or is not really interesting to have this kind of millions of website on your system account, because then it starts to be really messy?
Yeah. Or you can just have like one account where you do all your stuff, and then you create another account where you do all of their stuff.
Okay.
So there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can host it yourself, but remember, if you get to 15 domains that are connected to your account, you're going to have to start paying $3 per month for every single domain above that. But you can also direct them to Builderall. And if all they're doing is a one-page landing page, bridge page, whatever, they can get the $9.90 account and do one.
So what will be the difference? Like, if we are 100 of us, which are Builderall account, what's the purpose of all of us being on the same platform, selling the same thing in one way? Just trying to understand the goal. As if I'm going on this platform and I don't know about it, this platform, and I don't know if it's that worth it. Like, I need like to understand, like, if it's really worth it. Like, we are really millions of people like offering the same services.
Yeah, and they are right now. There's a lot of people that are offering services from Builderall on Fiverr. What you have to figure out is, what do you want to offer on Fiverr? Because you don't have to do a web page or a landing page. You can do the SEO on page report tool. You can do a quickie photo edit, like take out the transparency background or make a transparent background. You can do so many things that are very, very basic things. So if you're worried about competition, find that niche where there is no competition, where people have.
It's not about. I think there's space for everyone. They're just trying to find out what is the purpose of offering all this same. Because it's like, if somebody looks for a chatbot, if we are 100 of us offering a chatbot, how the person is able to make a choice? Like, it's more the question, how can you make a choice of which is the right person to offer you the right chatbot if there is like 100 people selling 100 chatbots, and they're all 100 people are using Builderall? So it's like a random. I mean,
that's very true, and that's part of it is reputation. And those reviews and reputation are the one that are going to get you the job every time. With Simone having a 5-star rating, she's going to get seen way before somebody else, because she's got a good rating. And then I'm sure if you look on her site, on her page for her gigs, when you look at the reviews, she's probably got fantastic reviews. So it's a combination of reviews and your rating as far as a seller.
And no matter where you are from or wherever you live or wherever you are speaking languages, or it does have some restrictions, any restriction you should be aware of? Like
I don't think there's any restrictions that I know of. I think that this is global. You can go into Fiverr from wherever. Oh, sorry, Simone, go ahead.
Sorry, can I add something? Because I really understand what she's saying. So Aurelie, I'm Brazilian and I'm working from Brazil. And we, as we are able to speak and write in English, there is no problem to work at Fiverr. You know, you have lots of people searching, and as Shelley said, the most important thing to be found is to have great reviews. If you do a good job, you over-deliver, and you have great reviews. When people look for the service you are offering, they're gonna find you. Okay, so about the templates, as you said, I don't host any pages or templates that I create. I just transfer to them. People who has Builderall account, I just transfer the template to their account. You can do it just sending by email. You get the email and send to their account. And the people who don't have the Builderall, of course, I offer through my affiliate link. And that sometimes they buy it, sometimes they don't. But that's normal. Another thing about Builderall. You're gonna say that you work with Builderall templates, but you're gonna still have people asking for you to work in other platforms. So it's gonna happen, you know. People they don't go through as much you write down. They go through all the things. If they find you for example, if they put the website. And as you have good reviews, you're gonna appear. You know, doesn't matter if it's Builderall or any other competitor. You're gonna appear there on the page. Sometimes they don't realize that you are working only with Builderall, so they're gonna contact you. But that's fine. You just explain that you work with Builderall, and if they wanna come to Builderall, you give your affiliate link. Okay. But it's fine, it's possible, okay? I'm a living proof of it. I started only in September, and it's really possible. Just focus on having great reviews, and people are gonna find you, okay?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you very much.
No, you were great, Simone. Thank you. And it's
Thank you
easy
very
to
much.
say, just work on those reviews when you're a new person and you're trying to get found. And you're like, how can I compete with Simone, who's got 5-star reviews already?
Yeah.
Just get your stuff out there, because right now there are 47,000 people on Builderall. And my bet is that 20,000 of them would gladly pay $5 for you to build them an anchor page or give them an SEO report, because even though they've got the tool, they don't know how to use it yet. So they'll gladly pay the $5 for you to do something for them. So you're out there in the middle of something that is actually really, really popular right now. And actually, to me, now is the time to get on Fiverr and get your ratings.
I will go look in detail to see what can I
Awesome.
offer. But thank you so much, and thanks for the advices. It's really helpful. Thanks.
You're welcome. Dominic, go ahead.
Okay, so I charge a lot more than $5 for an anchor page. I mean, that's a little ridiculous to start off that way.
You can, though. Why not have 4 designs? And in those 4 designs, you specifically say where you're going to edit, right? These are the things I'm going to edit. And then you say for $5, you can have this anchor page. And you've got 4 designs. So you put 4 designs out there that you're willing to edit. You pick one of these 4. You give me this information, I will edit it and then transfer it to your account. Is that doable? Rather than starting from scratch? Yeah, we could do that. We could absolutely do that. It'd be like a bridge page where you put 4 or 5 examples of a bridge page together. You say, this is the area that I will edit for you. I'll put your company name here. I'll put a description of your company here, and I'll put the contact information here. And that's all I'm doing for you. Right? So you create 4 or 5 versions of it so they can pick which version they like. And then it shouldn't take you very long to change out those few items you said you would change out, and then email it to them if they're already on Builderall, or get them to sign up for Builderall and then transfer it to them. So it is actually doable. Your anchor page that you're talking about is probably building from scratch. So you're starting from scratch, you're building from scratch, you're trying to decide what banner areas do you want on the anchor page. All of that is a pretty good thought process and planning, and it does take a long time. But if you have several different examples available and say, here's from your choices, pick one, I'm gonna switch out the information and it'll be ready for you by tomorrow. Another thing you can do, if you don't know this already, is you can also offer to speed up your gigs. So let's say that you did get an offer for an anchor page, and you said, I can build an anchor page for you in 5 days. We all know it can be way faster than 5 days. So I'll build an anchor page for you in 5 days. Here's your 5 templates to choose from, and do links so they can see them. And then you can say, if you want it in 2 days, you can pay this much. If you want it in 1 day, you can pay this much. And obviously increase dramatically what it costs to get it done in 2 days and then 1 day, right? So you have those options as well. To speed up the amount of time that it takes you to do it, they got to pay more. So there's lots of options in there, you guys. We'll go through so many of them over the next 5 days to be able to really get you an idea of what you can do with your gigs. Did anybody else have a comment or question?
Special Agent Tyree has his finger up there for ages. He's in the dark there. Special Agent Tyree.
All right, so Tyree, I'll try to get to
Oh, David. Oh, wow, David. You blew my cover, David.
We are certainly a family. You guys are better than my family reunion this weekend. All right.
Oh, what I was gonna ask, Shelley, you had kind of touched on it when you were talking, when you were mentioning about pay so much in 5 days or 3 days or 1 day. What I was gonna ask is that when we do a gig, if I have a gig, do we set the time that we're gonna have this done, or do we accept what they at the time that they give us?
Absolutely, you said it. There is no doubt about it. You are in control of this gig. You need to keep control of this gig. So every one of your gigs, you have to put a delivery time on there, because if not, they're going to pay and want it like in the next hour. So be very clear about the delivery time always, and then always stretch it out to what would be an acceptable delivery time, and then you can shorten that time and charge extra. Okay, so if it's acceptable to say it's going to take you 5 days to build an anchor page, then put 5 days. But then maybe it's better if I can build it in 2 days, and it's not a big crunch on me to do it in 2 days, but only if they'll pay extra, and it would have to be a lot extra, right? Because these gigs go all week, every day of the week. So if you set something to go 1 day, if they pay extra, then you better be ready to check it and get it done in 1 day because they paid extra. So another thing you can do with a Fiverr is if you've got gigs set up that way and then you've got something coming up, you can actually shut off your gig for a while so that it doesn't give you more jobs to do, and you're not in that crunch of having to check it while you're on vacation. So whenever I went on vacation and knew I wasn't going to be at a computer to fill a gig, I would actually just turn it all off and not accept any gig orders during vacation time. That way I could vacation and have at least peace of mind that orders were not coming in and I wouldn't have to take care of them. Okay.
Okay, that helps, because in the past when I did use Fiverr, that was a time span given to me that the person would be finished with the project. But when that time span came, they would not finish. And there was a time when I even tried to see about getting a refund, and I couldn't. But as far as the time span, I was wondering, because again, a few times the deadline I was given wasn't met. And I was trying to find out if we said it or they said it.
Yeah, if something like that happens again, and you can't always get a refund, especially if they come back in later and say, well, I delivered it only 1 day late or whatever. You have a lot of power in that rating. And I can tell you what, Simone would be upset if you gave her a 1 star. Right? She'd be really upset. So that's your superpower on Fiverr, is that rating. Seriously. Okay? So take advantage of that if somebody doesn't. But I want you guys to also listen to that, because you get that same 1 star if you don't deliver. Right? And I'm not shy. I will give you a 1 star if you don't deliver what you said you're going to deliver. Okay? So make sure out there that whatever you put as your gig is what you can deliver, because your reputation on Fiverr counts on it. Okay? Terry, go ahead.
Thank you so much. That helps out a lot, Shelly. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome.
I just have to say that this is the perfect time for this boot camp, because, you know, even though we're talking about $5 gigs right now and really basic things, the summer is ours. And when Builderall 3.0 hits July 4th, everybody's going to be talking about Builderall, and you may get, I really think it's the perfect time for me to be going on to Fiverr. And that's why, even in the midst of a move here, I am going to get on Fiverr, because I know come July 4th, it's going to go crazy.
Yep, I have no doubt. And with you guys already established, maybe hopefully getting a couple gigs before we do that July 4th launch, you guys will already start getting your ratings. You'll start getting seen. You'll have some gigs under your belt, so you can kind of upgrade to more gigs and more expensive gigs and all that good stuff. And then by the time we launch, we've got, what, a month and a half, about a month and a half. A month and a half is a good amount of time to start establishing yourself on Fiverr, for sure. So Simone, what do you think? How long did it take you to just kind of start to establish yourself on Fiverr and get some good people? You started in September. So when did you feel like the ball was starting to roll?
Actually, in November, I already had a few jobs, and in December, I even couldn't take any holidays in the Christmas time, and because I had too much work, so I couldn't take any holiday. Actually, I'm taking a holiday now this week. I'm going this Friday, so for a week. And because it was just too much work to do. And again, talking about these problems with delivering time, the point is we are working with human beings, so communicate with your client. People want to be heard. So just explain. If you can't deliver on time, explain to them. Most of the time they understand. Just create a good relationship with them. Talk to them, listen to them, because it works. You know, you can't be the type of person who doesn't talk to your client. It's just, oh, what do you want? Okay, here's your order, and when it's ready, I'm gonna send it to you. It's not like that. They are people just like us. So talk to them. And if you have a problem, they usually understand. If they have a problem, can't deliver their part for the project on time, you also can extend the delivery period. So just communicate with them, and for sure you're gonna get great reviews, and it works for both. It's the win-win situation. So you win because you have great reviews, you have more work coming, and they win because they get much more what they expect. So communication is the key. Okay.
Great. And I love that, because it is important. Fiverr does give you ways to communicate with your client, and you can communicate right through Fiverr with them. And you can say, I'm going to be a couple days late. You don't have to give them the whole story, right? You don't have to say, well, my dog died, and then my cat got run over the next day, and then I stubbed my toe, and I just can't get it done. All you have to do is say, it looks like we're running a little bit behind. Let me tell you the new date that it'll be ready. and they will come back. And every time I've ever had a problem with anybody on Fiverr, as far as dates or content or whatever, they've always been really great as long as I was staying in contact with them. I'm sure if I didn't contact them, they would be like, yeah, you're done. $5, I'll just go pay somebody else $5. So you just want to stay in contact with them. People are willing to lose those $5 if you're acting crappy, right? If you're not keeping them updated, if you're not doing the things that you said you were going to do, they're willing to lose $5 and go to somebody else, and they will never come back to you again. And you don't want to lose that business. If they signed up and paid their $5 for your gig, you want to do what you need to do to deliver what you promised. And then again, get that little over delivery in there, however you can. It doesn't mean you're giving away the farm. It just means you're giving them a little bit extra, and you will get the good reviews. There's no doubt about it. So that was great advice from Simone. Any other questions or comments, you guys? King George, go ahead.
Okay.
Great.
I just simply state that working on Fiverr is a business. You have to protect your reputation.
That's right.
If you communicate with people effectively, they'll work with you, just like any business. Everybody's unique and has different skill sets. Focus on what you're good at. People want to save time. They'll pay you if you can save them time.
That's right.
So as for competition, there is no competition, especially if you have a good name and good reputation.
Right. I totally agree. And I don't think I could have said it better, King George. You did fabulous. It is a business. This is not a hobby. Simone's not treating it like a hobby. She's treating it like a business, and she's making money, and she's successful. There's room on Fiverr for all of you guys. If all of you guys went on Fiverr today and offered to do all the same thing, I bet you would still get business. As long as you're under promising and over delivering, right? You did what you said you do, and maybe do a little bit extra, and every one of you would have a place on Fiverr. There's no doubt in my mind about it, because Fiverr's huge. People are looking every day for gigs on Fiverr. Okay. So no worries about oversaturation. I don't think we're anywhere close to oversaturation on any of it, especially with Builderall. We're just babies on Fiverr right now. All right. Any more
Can I ask you
questions?
a question?
Yeah. Who was that?
Just a quick.
Arlene, go ahead.
Aurélie. Yeah. What does it mean, a gig?
A gig is a job. A gig is a job. So it's a job that you're going to create on Fiverr. So my job might be that I'm going to create an anchor page, a simple anchor page for $5 for anybody that wants it. So I put it the description of the gig in there, and then they say, oh wow, Shelly does anchor pages. I think I'm going to pay her $5 to do my anchor page. And so they pay their $5, they hire me, and then I go in and make the anchor page and deliver it to them. And then once it's delivered, it releases, and they approve it. It releases the money to me, and then I can actually take it out of Fiverr. And it's actually very, very simple to do, but you're just creating little jobs. And these little jobs are sometimes hilarious, you guys. If you go in through Fiverr and look at the funnier things that are on Fiverr, it absolutely cracks me up. Like there's people that will write a word in sand for you, and take a photo, and that's their Fiverr gig that they do, is they send you the photo. Or what else is it? There's just, I'll write your name, or I'll write some words for you on a mirror in lipstick. And so they take a photo of that, and that's their Fiverr. So there's so many different things that you would like never think of that are just little jobs that you do really quickly, and you trade that little job for $5. Okay.
Okay, and this little job should take at least like 15 to 20 minutes maximum, or no matter?
Yeah, if it takes more than 15 to 20 minutes, then you need to charge extra for it. And there are ways to charge extra, but in the beginning, you have to just start with $5 gigs.
Okay, and for how long you have to start with these $5 gigs? Like for
I can't remember when it. Yeah, I can't remember when you get updated, but it's a number of gigs that you have to do and a certain rating. And if you have that number of gigs and a certain rating, they'll allow you more gigs. I think you might start off with like 5 gigs or something like that. And so you can post up 5 different gigs. And then after you have a certain rating and a certain number of sales, you get maybe, I don't know, 5 more maybe. And then you'll get the opportunity later to have gigs that start off higher than $5. So you may start a gig off at $50 because it's worth $50 instead of 5. So lots of opportunity there to expand your account and offer more gigs at a higher price.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Okay. So voila.
Exactly. Voila.
All right, you guys, let's take a real quick look at Fiverr. I want to go through and just put up a test gig. So let's take a look real quick, and I'll share my screen. So here's my Fiverr gig, and let's say that I'm going to do just a basic landing page. That sounds really good. So I will create a basic landing page in Builderall. And then the categories. So there's lots of different categories. Let's see, this might be digital marketing. I'll put it in digital marketing. And then I can select a subcategory. So I'll pick web and mobile design. And in the service type, we can click that down area, and I'm not sure. I'm not going to pick one from there. And then metadata. This is more information on this is how you get found. So select the type of designs you provide. We do websites, we do landing pages, mobile apps and email templates we don't do. File format is going to be other. It's going to be a Builderall account. Transfer to existing Builderall account. Okay. And search tags, we want Builderall. We want landing page. A landing page. Web page. We'll go with that for now. I'm sure if I thought hard enough, I could come up with some more.
And all of this, you're selling for $5, all of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But remember, I'm going to have, let me look at your eyeballs so I can explain it. Remember, I'm going to have like 4 or 5 templates that are already pre-made that are the only designs I'm going to offer. And so in the bigger description,
so you have to create that. You have to create those templates before.
Exactly. So that way, all of the jobs that I do that are on this gig only come from those 5 templates, right? So then I can say, here's the 5 templates you can choose from. You choose one. These are the areas that I'll change. And all this is for $5. Now, if you want more ink, if you want another page built to go with it, or something like that, you do an upsell. Okay. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. So now we're going to, we've got our tags here. We can have up to 5 search terms. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it says some categories require that sellers verify their skills. That's a please note area. And then I'm going to do save and continue. So all the changes are saved. Yay us. And now my gig extras. These are the things that we can put together that allow us to charge extra. So we need to give the information on what the gig is about, and then any extras that we want to put in. So the first one is basic gig. This is name your package for a basic gig. So this is a basic landing page. And then I'm going to describe the details, pick from 5 templates, choose the design you want, update the designated areas, deliver to existing Builderall. Oh, I ran out of space. I think that's all I saw. Nope. So updated to the designated areas and deliver to Builderall. Hold on, I'm shortening this. Pick from 5. Choose the design.
Number 5 instead of the word 5.
And we update designated areas, deliver to Builderall. There we go. How's that look? Pick from 5 templates, choose the design, and we update the designated areas. Let me do D. D. All right, pick from 5 templates, choose the design from we edit from the designated areas, delivered to Builderall. So we'll say that's a perfect description, even though I know we could do this better. So the delivery time on this, we can set this to 5 days. So we'll say basic landing page, 5 days. And revisions, how many times do you want to be asked to revise it? And I'll say 2. That's it, 2. Source file, are you going to be giving them a source file like a PSD or a Adobe or something like that? I'm going to leave that unchecked because they don't really get the source files when we build it in Builderall. And then commercial use, do you want to be able to allow them to use this for their for-profit business? And of course, you want them to use this for their for-profit business. This is in there, so like if you're doing graphics or something like that, you can say that if you build this for them, they can use it for personal use, but you can set up an upsell for commercial use, okay? And then the price between $5 and $995. So you want to set your price to $5. Oh, wow. I can't believe let me see if they'll let me set it to 20. Oh, they do. They didn't used to do that before. Okay, so $5. So now the gig extras. And if I want to do another package, I can actually do another package. So it says unlock your potential revenue with all 3 packages. So as you get more gigs, you'll be able to unlock the packages. So you can also choose fast delivery. So if they want it faster, you can say basic, you'll deliver in 2 days for $10 extra. Additional revisions. Do you want to give them a chance to have more than 2 revisions? So that you can charge an extra amount of money for more revisions. I'm not going to check that one. And then you can check mark if you want to give them the source file, which of course in Builderall, there's no source file. So I would leave that unchecked. And then you can do more gigs, gig add-ons if you want to right here. You can say something like, along with the page, I'll give you a PDF image of the page so you can see it, or something like that. I don't know what to do, but any kind of extra you want to do. But so right here, we have the basic landing page. We tell them that they have to pick from up to 5 templates to choose the design, and we update the designated areas, and then we deliver to a Builderall account. Okay, so we'll pretend like that's perfect, and I'm going to click save and continue. And my changes are saved, and now it says briefly describe your gig. And this is where we're going to go into the full description of the gig. So we're going to say this gig is going to be built in 5 days. You're going to get a landing page, and you're going to be able to choose from 5 different templates. You choose the template that you like the best. We will update that template in the designated areas. We will publish it to your Builderall account. If you do not have a Builderall account, you can sign up for a Builderall account here, blah, 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 blah. So you put all that in there to carefully describe your gig. So I'm just going to do, we at Builderall love Fiverr gigs. I am using this gig as a training account. And you're supposed to put in 120 characters. That is the minimum. So 120 characters. So right here, I've got that's 173 out of the 1,200 that I could have. So that's just a basic description. And then frequently asked questions. So right here, you can actually add FAQs to your job based on what you think they might ask. So can I really update to 2 days instead of 5 days? Yes, you can. All you have to do is pick the additional information. How can I get a Builderall account? You can sign up for a Builderall account right here using this link. Whatever questions might arise, you would put that in the frequently asked questions area. And then once you're done, you click save and continue. And now it says, tell your buyer what you need before you can get started. So this is where you put the specific information of what you need from the buyer. So you say, we need your company name, no more than 15 characters. We need your company address, each line no more than 20 characters. Oops, we'll do that. Let's see, 3 lines. There we go. So we know 3 lines, each line no more than 20 characters. And company phone number. No, any country limit of 15 characters. So we'll say that for now, that's where we're starting off. We need this information. And then it says answer type is free text, multiple choice, or attached file. So I'll do free text, but I could also create a multiple choice answer. So all it is the question with the choices that they have. So you definitely want to add in here, I choose template 1, template 2, template 3. So we'll add that in there. So please choose your template style below. And then you can say template 1, template 2, template 3, template 4. And you can
Can I ask
even
a question about this?
Yeah, hold on just a second. You might be able to even put the links to the templates right here so they can go check it out, because you do want them looking at the templates before they actually finish buying, right?
Thanks for answering my question.
Oh, okay. I thought that was probably what was coming. So then they choose their templates that they want, and you can uncheck or check allow more than one answer. This one, you only need one answer. If you do more than one answer, you're going to confuse yourself and them. So only one answer. So from there, I've got that kind of filled out. So I'm going to go save and continue. Oh, and I need a requirement. So answer is mandatory. And you must add at least one requirement. So let me see what the requirement is. Optional answer. You must add at least one requirement. No. Okay, that's requirement 2. So I'm going to cancel out of that one. That was all it was, is I had to click the add button. So now I have this in there for the requirement, and I can click save and continue. And now build your gig gallery. So here's some gig photos. And this is where you'd put the pictures of examples of what you've done. And you can also maybe put your pictures of the templates if you want to as well. So right here, I just click browse. And I'll just click this right here. That's as good as any. And then browse again. And click that one right there. Browse again. Click that one right there. Yay. And it says the minimum image should be 550. So I'll pick a bigger one. Let's do this one right here. Nope, not big enough. This one right here. Not big enough. Apparently, I just don't have big enough pictures. So we'll go back to Builderall. And we'll find some graphics that are big enough. Where's that one right there? There we go. So that's a real wide one. Okay. So then you can actually have a gig video as well. So it says, please choose a video shorter than 75 seconds and smaller than 50 megabytes. So we could actually add that video right there. So remember, put this in your brain. You've got 3 images that you can upload, and they have to be related to your gig, of course. And then 1 video you can upload, and then you can do some PDFs. And it says we only recommend adding a PDF file if it further clarifies the service that you're providing. So you can upload up to 2 of them. So I would upload a PDF with 1 template, a PDF with another template, and that might actually be a wonderful resource for them to take a look at. So let's say we filled all that out, and I'm going to click save and continue. And then it says almost there. Let's publish your gig and get some buyers rolling in. So the next step I would do is actually publish this gig, and that would make it public so that everybody can see it. So I'm going to publish it, although I think they'll probably kick it out. But it says it's alive. Our studies show that promoted gigs are 3 times more likely to sell. So here you have the link to it. So you can copy the link and put it in your Facebook profile. You can put it everywhere you want to put it. They also have links. You can share it on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And then it says, take your gig to the next level. You can take courses tailored to your professional needs and improve your ranking in the marketplace. So product photography retouching, from shapes to beautiful illustrations, SEO, website, technical audit, blah, 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 blah. You can view all the courses if you want to take them, or you can just say done. And now we're actually going to go to our gig listing right here. And it says, here's our gig right here. And so far we've had 0 impressions, 0 clicks, 0 views, 0 orders, and 0 cancellations. And then from here, you can actually keep track of your analytics, and you'll see everything that's going on, and if they're actually seeing your gig at all. And if you're getting impressions and you're getting some clicks, then you're doing really good. And that will continue to improve as you finish gigs and you get rankings for them and keep that as close to a 5-star rating as you can. So right here, you can see all my active gigs. Right here, you can see gigs that are pending approval. And then here's gigs that require modification. That means if they're in the process of being approved, that they're like, yeah, you need to change it a little bit. Here's gigs that are in draft form. Here's great gigs that the company denied completely. And then this area is the paused area. This is where you can pause a gig. So if you do go on vacation, you can pause your gig orders so that you can go on vacation and not have to worry about orders coming in. Okay, so let's go back to my active gig. And I'm going to go over here to the down arrow, and I can edit anything here. I can edit the gig, I can pause, I can share it, delete it, add a video, add service type, or I can put it in my live portfolio. I'm actually going to pause it because I want it to go into pause because I don't really want this to be an active gig because it's not complete. Okay, so right here, you've got accepting custom orders. So you can actually check mark that, and it lets buyers ask you for special services. So if they want something beyond what you're offering in Fiverr, they can actually contact you and ask you about that. And then you have to use your good common sense. If you've got a way to do it where you can charge a reasonable price, because Fiverr, they're coming here because it's a reasonable price thing. So charge a reasonable price, get it done in a reasonable amount of time. You're going to be able to get special customers because of those custom orders. Okay. So that's how we go through adding a gig in Fiverr. Let me go ahead and stop sharing and see if you guys have any questions at all. Yes, no, maybe? Tyree.
I did want to say one thing, Shelly. Going through this, going through this training that you're taking us through. It's not a question, just a comment. This is more motivation for me to get the Builderall agency, like for the city and things like that, because having the Builderall agency would give me more accreditation for doing this, and at the same time being able to use in Fiverr. Even if it was geo-targeting just for Houston, that would give me more notoriety. So this is really good. And again, as I say, this is more motivation to lock down one of those Builderall agency spots.
Yep, and I want to encourage you too, as an agency, if you're going to own an agency, that doesn't mean that you are going to do all of the work, right? When you own an agency, that means you're going to start to bring in people to work for you. And it's not unreasonable to think that you could bring in some young high school students or young college students and bring them in, start off at maybe $10 an hour, and you have them working on getting these gigs fulfilled, or setting up gigs, or doing the social media advertising for you. There's so much that you can have them do as part of your agency to get that stuff out there and get it growing. So when you think from an agency perspective, don't think about you doing it, think about somebody else doing it.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking that, and then one of the things that can be used to help them understand the power of Builderall, send them through this boot camp training.
Absolutely. And what's funny is
you know what you are. You know what you are. You know you're awesome. See? Come on now.
Well, I want you to think about it in terms of this too, Tyree. These people that you bring in, I want you to understand that it's going to be a revolving door, because once they come in and they learn the power of Builderall, they're going to buy their own account. They're going to start working on their own, or they'll stay with you and work, but chances are they're going to buy their own account and then start working on their own. So I think when you do an agency, you're doing something like this, inviting teenagers, young adults, to do this. This is their opening their eyes to what Builderall can do, and they're going to want to try it on their own.
Kelly, did you get your cities that you wanted?
I did. Hold on just a second, Davida. Go ahead, Tyree.
I was going to say that's one of the benefits of doing this, because one of the goals is for them to have an agency, for them to be able to get their own account, which would create more residual income.
Right. That's right. So you can see,
and then possibly be able to do the same that you're doing with the different accounts that you're doing. You know, looking at the overall view. So this is wonderful.
yeah, you're absolutely right. And what you've done is you've created an income under you by just teaching them what you're doing. And again, there's so much space on Builderall or on the network, on the internet. Let me get it right. There's so much space on the internet that you're not working yourself out of a job, right? There's so many places they can go and so many places they can do that you're just opening their eyes to this big, wide world of digital marketing and using Builderall to just take over the whole world. So I have loved that idea from the very beginning. And Tyree, I think you'd be fabulous at doing something like that, for sure. All right, Davida, go ahead.
Yeah, which cities did you get? Are you willing to say?
I did Memphis and New Orleans. So I've got two. Yep. So yes, we're ready. And Tyree, my model for agency is going to be very similar to what I just said. I've got so many former high school students that I stalk, and they would be happy to work for me. Very happy. In fact, I've hired many of them already. One of the things I do for my business is I'm in the South, right? Everybody does crafts. We have tons of different types of crafts here. And so we have craft shows like all through the summer. So what I do is find my college students that are able to go to those craft shows, and I give them flyers and I give them business cards, and I just pay them money, $10 an hour, to go out and just distribute them all the way throughout the craft show. So they go out and they give out my cards, they give out my flyers, and I guesstimate that it'll take them a couple of hours to get rid of all of them. And so I pay them $20, and shazam, I'm getting leads for websites and mobile apps or whatever else I need. So I'm very good at taking advantage of my young people and getting them working. And they love it because I get to see them and spend a little bit of time with them, and they get to earn a little bit of extra spending money for college. So it's a win-win situation. And if you guys are not taking advantage of something like that, you should, because it's very easy to do. It's very cost effective. You get a good ROI, return on investment. And then I get to continue the relationship with my kids beyond the biology classroom. So that's just one of the tools that I use for sure. Any more questions that you have on Fiverr, you guys?
I have to leave because I've got to do my show.
All right, thank you, Davida. Sorry, Tyree, go ahead.
Very quickly, I thought about doing something like that, getting things set up, because graduation is coming and a lot of the kids need a direction to go, and even for college, that they need to have a direction to go. So like me, I'm in Phi Theta Kappa College Honor Society, and there are a lot of marketing students graduating. So this, you cemented what I was thinking about. And in the words of my good friend Dan Dublin Ireland, I can't believe that people are not taking advantage of this marvelous training.
It's shocking, isn't it? All right, guys, if there are no further questions, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I've got another meeting coming up in about 10 minutes. So when that meeting is done, I'll take this YouTube and we'll put it into the replay area of the Builderall Bootcamp, so you can watch it again if you want to. Let me say another thank you to Simone for being here today. I'm so excited about the success that she's having. And honest to goodness, I want every one of you guys coming back to share that same success story. You guys are awesome. You guys can do this. We're just at the very beginning of this. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about building our first gig together, our first full-blown gig together. And we will actually post it to Fiverr and see what kind of hits we get. So super excited about it. And Simone, I'm going to let you end it today.
Oh, thank you, Shelly. So thank you very much, Shelly. I can't say enough how glad, how how wonderful. Come on, how wonderful you are in my life. So, guys, what I have to say is really, Shelly, she does change lives. So just let her change your life as well. Put in practice, go there and start, because what she gives here in this training are amazing. You know, I started only from an advice from a YouTube video. Imagining you having 5 days with her, and she's just sharing all the tips with you. I see that I'm gonna have a lot of competition in Fiverr now. You see. But it's good. Don't worry. There are a place for everybody. So please get your hands and do it, because as soon as you start, things just come. You know, you just do a good job, and then you'll be successful as well. All right. So, Shelly, thank you for having me. And I see you guys soon. Bye bye.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Start playing in Fiverr, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.